What's up, everybody? I'm Mich. It's Monday. I know it's been 2 weeks, but today it's time for a really good misadventure. So, sorry I had to take a little bit of a hiatus. I was just trying to not fail out of college. But now, I've finally gotten a little bit of a breather, so I think I owe you guys some embarrassing confessions. So, any of you that have spent any normal amount of time with me know that pretty much anywhere we go, if something weird or awkward or uncomfortable is going to happen, it will happen, and odds are it is going to happen to me. But there are some stories that, even though I've told them numerous times before, still make me cringe just a little bit on the inside, because in the end, they are kind of embarrassing. And these aren't your typical, like, oh, I like split my pants at school kind of stories or anything like that. These are just like dumb everyday things that were so embarrassing, like things that I don't like to admit happened and I don't like to remember, but I think it's worth it because they're that funny. So here we go. One of the most epic fails I've ever done was sprinting behind my dorm at college, rolling my ankle on the border between the pavement and the grass, stumbling into the street to almost be hit by a car, to roll my ankle on the other side in a panic, stumble back into the grass, flail my arms to try to catch myself, and faceplant in the grass, sliding into a drainage ditch. And yes, the car had its windows down, yes, the guy heard me scream, and yes, I could hear him laughing as he drove all the way down the street. One time, I was lazy and didn't put on my glasses before I went to go brush my teeth, so I ended up brushing my teeth for at least 3 seconds with icy hot. I'm telling you, the tubes look the same. I'm sorry. When I was younger, actually probably until I was about 12, I definitely thought that things had feelings. So when I was 5 years old, walking through the wetlands and the mud sucked off one of my sandals, I cried about it for probably at least an hour, and to this day I still have the other sandal because I was too attached to it to let it go. I have way more feelings than I would like to admit, and sometimes they come out in movies. Prime examples of this include Love Actually. From the moment the intro starts, the moment that music kicks in and the airport scene opens up and Hugh Grant starts talking,
I think about the arrivals
the tears well. And then I manage to hold them usually for a majority of the movie. And once the kids run in through the airport, it's all over. It's all done. The first time I saw Frozen in theaters, I cried at multiple scenes, including Do You Want to Build a Snowman, the entire 2/3 of that song. I was just in tears. Also, when Olaf started to melt, definitely thought he was gonna die. I know that's not Disney's way, but Disney threw a lot of things out the window with that movie. I didn't know where they were going with that. It made me nervous. And even at the happy ending, there was a little bit of tears. The movies that I've probably cried at the hardest include Snow Dogs, when the twin dog freezes to death in the snow. You know what I'm talking about. That scene is nothing short of heartbreaking, and if you didn't cry at that, you don't have a soul, especially when you were like 12 years old. People will not let me live that one down. I sobbed hysterically at the Christmas shoes for about 30 minutes until it was done, and then probably another 30 after that. That song is heartbreaking enough. I don't know why anybody would want to make a full-length feature film out of it, but they did, and I'm still recovering pieces of my heart. Anyway, back on to other things. One time when I was laying in bed, my back was so tense that when I twisted, I heard the loudest crack I had ever heard, and the crack went all the way up my spine, and my feet went numb, and I started crying because I thought I had broken my own back and paralyzed myself. Once, when I was little, living back in Massachusetts, I was eating applesauce in a big bowl, sneezed, and smacked my face into the bowl so that it made a suction seal around my face, and to this day, I only eat applesauce in the little containers because 4-year-old me was traumatized by not being able to breathe and drowning in applesauce with a bowl stuck to her face. The blue wolf in an episode of either Sesame Street or The Muppets where they were doing the story of the Three Little Pigs and the Big Bad Wolf, scared me so badly that I had nightmares about it until I was 17 years old. The only time I ever went to the principal's office was when I was in second grade with my best friend. Apparently there had been a bathroom vandal going around breaking all of the doors in the girls' bathrooms, and Jossie and I had no idea of this, and just to have some fun during a boring school day, we each grabbed the top of one of the stall doors, swung back and forth once, and a fourth grader came in, saw it, and told on us. I cried periodically the entire day, hyperventilated the entire time we were in the principal's office, and then cried myself to sleep for about a week afterwards. So anyway, that's all of the embarrassing things I can think of off the top of my head that I can explain in this short amount of time. Anyway, my name's Mich, it's a Monday, and that was your misadventure. I'll see you next week.